Oh no.
That's my favorite. Hey guys,
Anyway.
how's it going? Welcome back to the Pipebomb podcast with me, the Night Owl, my co-host, the Gobbledygooker, or Stephen Slade, or Z-Step,
Or DDP,
whichever
or yeah.
you go and my other co-host down below, not suitable for mom, or Jason.
Cheers.
Welcome, guys. I hope you're all doing well today. It's been a couple of weeks. I hope you're all caught up on your news and wrestling. Jason, no, but we have a lot to talk about tonight. Some major issues I'm sure you guys can't wait to discuss. But these things are weighing on our minds as much as everybody else. So the first thing we're going to get to, which Steve is going to pull up a picture for us so I can share it with you guys. But unfortunately, we have had a death in wrestling. No cause of death is revealed for WW Hall of Famer Jack Lanza, passed away at the age of 86. He was the head agent during the Attitude Era. He debuted in 1961. And he retired in 1985. He worked for the WWE as a road agent and producer. He worked with WWE, AEW, MACW, WWA, and NWA Tag Team Championship with with the Blackjack Mulligan, one-time WWA Tag Team Champ, and a one-time NWA American Tag Team Champ. The Blackjacks were inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2006 and into the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame in 2016. JR said he was a hell of a hand. The WWE said that he was a well-respected man and loved by all. Vince McMahon himself had this to say. He said his loyalty and dedication will never be forgotten. And Triple H had a statement saying, "One of the greatest minds in the business. Thank you for letting me sit under the learning tree." Jace, do you remember?
Yeah, fair play. Well, I remember. I'll be fair. I remember Blackjack Mulligan more than that guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a little bit before I got into wrestling properly. But I know of him, and I know he was well respected. So it's a shame, but 84 is a good age.
Yeah.
And I suspect it's probably literally old age crept up on him. I don't think there's anything untoward there.
Yeah. It's like our hearts and thoughts and prayers go out to his friends and family.
Exactly.
Steve, anything you'd like to say?
Well, I never really got to see him, but I have gone and seen some highlights and all that you can go back and find, and definitely a trailblazer, I'd say.
Right.
So again, hearts going out to the families, even though I didn't see him and no one's a wrestler. I did see he was a great guy, so I definitely prayers and stuff for the family. So all love from me.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I wish I could have seen him. I mean, geez, dude looked awesome, and I like the style, but
yeah,
it almost looks reminiscent of the AOP.
Yeah,
or not AOP.
Yeah.
Sorry,
No.
the APA.
I was confused. Yeah, I was very confused.
Yeah.
I was like,
I know. So was I. As soon as I said it, wait, that's not right. The APA.
Yeah, I know.
I could see that more.
Yeah. So, Mr. Fulton, welcome in. Don't worry about it. I'm going on this Wednesday for trivia as well. We'll talk about it at the end. Ryan, how are you? He says hi to the panel.
Hello.
So
Mr. Milky.
Mr. Milky. Okay. But yeah, our thoughts and prayers go out to Mr. Lanza's family and friends. We wish you all the best, and we're sorry for such a legend to be gone. But like Jason said, he did live a good life. 86 is a great age.
Oh yeah.
So, all right. The next thing we're going to talk about is something positive a little bit here. We need Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Put out a statement this week and a video if you didn't catch it. He went to the doctors and everything else, and he is officially cancer-free. He had a recent fight with prostate cancer. He says, I want to share the great news that my cancer, that my cancer is all encapsulated inside my prostate. So it's gone. The doctors did tests on his bones, his lymph nodes, surrounding tissue, and declared him cancer-free. This was his second bout with cancer because 20 years ago he had kidney cancer and he won.
I know it's maybe too soon, right? But when he's having the examination, oh
not too soon. That's funny, and I'm sure that if Hacksaw can see this, he would get a kick out of it. That's awesome. He would get a kick out of it.
I'm pleased about him. I met the fella one time, and he was so nice. You know, genuine.
He really is. He was so much fun and so full of energy. Like he really did kind of give note to fans, you know, like he never really sloughed them off, if you know what I hate to like say it like that. But...
I know what you mean.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to fix my iPad here so I can keep an eye on the chat.
That's right.
All right. Pardon?
I got the picture up for
my
you.
camera's level.
No, you're good. Yeah, we can see
I think I'm looking to one side.
I do have the picture. I don't know if you showed it, but it is up.
Yeah, I did show it.
Okay, I didn't know if you did or not.
Yeah. No, it's fine, mate.
Yeah, I did with the great big board.
Oh yeah, I did see him when he would do the comeback and the rumbles. Like that's the majority I got to see of him. So always made me laugh. The dude was crazy, and obviously I went back to see his highlights. And one of the funniest wrestlers and straight up guys I probably wish I would have known. You know, so
good to
hear about the recovery.
I think it was. I think it was my local sports centre. They did quite a few years back. There was him, Jake the Snake, Brutus the Barber, Beefcake, and Hokey Dog Man.
Yep.
Yeah. So it was good.
Yeah. He's. You know what? I liked him coming out. He always had that face on every time I come out to the ring. It was absolutely hilarious, and I loved him as a wrestler. I mean, he was well liked. I don't think he ever turned heel.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, so I think he was really good. He was one of the ones that you didn't want him to turn heel.
No,
you know, he was always the people's person. You know what I mean? Like he was good. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to talk about, and I'm going to explain it a little bit first before I say too much. Okay, Jeff Hardy, one of our favorites, has been released. Yeah. Now, I'm sure a lot of you might have reasons as to why, or theories as to why, but this guy was one of the best tag team partners, wrestlers in the world. But this is what I have researched. He's going to be missed. I hope he comes back. But after his release, Big E acknowledged Jeff's influence and contributions. Fans around the world expressed their appreciation for the charismatic Enigma. But WWE took steps to remove Hardy from the conversation, and they have not released any kind of statement about Jeff Hardy's release. Now, there was a T-shirt promo released in which they took the T-shirt that had Jeff Hardy on it with Drew McIntyre and everything, and they flipped it to where now the back of the T-shirt is overlapping Jeff Hardy's picture. So he's been removed completely. He is currently under a 90-day non-compete clause that will be then he will be a free agent, and the circumstances of his departure are still milky. A lot of reports are saying that Jeff Hardy has fallen off the wagon again, but nothing has been confirmed. Matt Hardy did speak to him, and he said he is good. I think he would be fine. And once again, this isn't my business. If he wants to go into detail, he'll do it himself. Jeff is okay. And it's not my business to tell the story or explain. I love my brother and I want him to be okay and healthy. Now, he came to Corpus Christi. If you guys don't know what happened, he came to Corpus Christi in Texas for an event to where he came down to the ring with Xavier Woods and Drew McIntyre to go up against the Usos and everything. And he left the ring suddenly after he tagged out to Drew, and he never returned. And it was reported that he was sent home and was replaced by Rey Mysterio. Now, his wife says Jeff is good and we are good, but it's reported that he was offered rehab help and refused it. The Mat Men Pro Wrestling say that the last couple of weeks have been really hard on Jeff Hardy, and he does drink sometimes, but this has been typically hard on him, so he's been drinking a little bit more than normal. Biggie said that Jeff Hardy is so beloved by all his fans and his peers. I've never heard a negative word about him, and he's always treated me with such kindness, just wishing him and his family the very best. Damian Priest, Mustafa Ali, Cedric Alexander, and Leo Rush and Virgil also showed their support for Jeff Hardy. Now, the thing is, like, I know Jace has something to say, and I know Steve has something to say, so we'll, if you want to pull up that other picture, Steve, just for the end of this conversation, just before we end it. But I want the best for Jeff Hardy. Jeff, if you need the help, get the help. You know you've had issues in the past. We just want you to get that help. They said that he was really sluggish in the ring. Now, it might not be alcohol related, but it could be. But the way it's looking is exactly what it is. But we wish him all the best. Our thoughts and prayers go out to you. And we hope that you come back, obviously not in the WWE, but somewhere where you will be respected and have a great time. Jace, I know that you had something to say about this, so go ahead.
Right. Okay, well, I've heard lots of different things. I didn't know that WWE hadn't released an official statement, right? Because I was hearing all this thing about him refusing rehab, blah, 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 blah. Now, I love Jeff to bits. I think he's phenomenal, right? He's always been impressed by what he's done in the ring, right? He seems like, you know, he's had his issues, but he seems like a cool guy. Now, obviously, if he has fallen over the wagon, well, I'm sorry, but he's only got himself to blame.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
However, I don't think it's all clean cut as that.
No.
I was hearing things like that. The reason they let him go was because of this business with leaving the ring, you know, and they were saying it was drugs and all the rest of it.
Right.
Now, there was supposedly some footage recorded at the time, because this was for a house show, right? It was recorded at the time, and I've not watched it, but supposedly people that looked at it said that when he got out of the ring, he seemed absolutely fine. He was not dazed, he wasn't confused, right? And I'm wondering whether or not he suffered an injury. That's why he took himself out of the match.
Yep.
Now, okay, he should have said something to the referee. I don't know what happened from that front.
Yeah.
I can't help but thinking, one of two things. Either WWE were looking for an excuse to get rid of him, or he was looking for an excuse to get released. Because let's face it, WWE have not been using him very well.
Yeah.
At all. He's gone to effectively jobber mode.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right? You know, bar a few matches which he's won, but basically glorified, you know, a mid-card jobber almost, if you will.
Well, especially when they threw him into the 24/7 title thing. Like, come on.
Yeah, I
that's
know. That was
Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, the other thing I was wondering is if the WWE officially declaring it as alcohol or drug related, and that's why they've let him go, then I think they're almost doing Jeff a disservice, because there was discussion about how him going somewhere else, right? And AEW have got this policy where anybody that's like influenced or whatever, sorry, you don't come to AEW.
Yeah.
And I think WWE are trying to avoid that happening, so that when his 90 days is up, right?
Yep.
They won't touch him.
Yep.
So I'm wondering if there's something. It just seems all sort of too convenient.
Yeah.
And been clean. He's been clean for so long now. Yep. This latest thing. I mean, several years, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And okay, I know. Once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. You've always got that danger.
Yeah.
But quite often before, he's had a reason for doing that. So he's been in pain. He's had trouble at home or whatever, right? He's had a legit reason for doing that, and because obviously some people deal with stress a lot differently than others.
Yeah.
And apart from, as I said to you, apart from the fact that he's being underutilized, I don't see any reason for him having done that.
Yeah.
There doesn't seem to be any reasoning behind it.
No.
So again, I wonder whether there's something fishy going on there.
Yeah, and this is a thing. Everything has raised 20 questions. Vince's choices as of late with the releases, but it's not just Vince that's making these choices, right?
Oh no,
so
I know that.
People have to realize that it's not just Vince who's making these choices on who to let go. It's also Dom Laurinaitis and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But also, it could have been something Jeff did on purpose so that they would release him. Or it could have been something that they planned. I mean, like you said, putting him into the 24/7 championship issue, like, why would you do that to Jeff Hardy? Okay. Or these stupid matches that he's had, and he's lost constantly. I don't think he's won a match in almost a year.
He beat Karrion Kross to a dirty pin, but that was about it.
Yeah, but then to be fair, Karrion Kross has been let go anyway.
Right, so it was off and out,
Yeah. No, I know that he wanted to do Willow in WWE.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if WWE said, no, you're not doing that. It doesn't fit with our thing, right? After, perhaps, because he did say, didn't he, when he went over, when they had the draft, something about things are going to change.
Yeah.
And he never got to do that. And I wondered if he just thought, right, they're not going to let me do what I want, so sod it, I'm leaving.
Yeah,
they want an excuse to let me go. Right, you got one.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Yeah. Steve, what are your views on all of this?
Well, I agree about what Jason was saying at the end there about he said there was going to be changes and things. They gave him no more words back, and then his first match he got a win at Karrion Kross. So things looked so good because it's like, oh great, that picture I just showed, WWE champion Jeff is back. And then they jobbed him out. He got one win, then jobbed him out after that. So now, were they punishing him because of what was going on backstage? Who knows? Nobody really knows unless they say something about it. But I've never dealt with addiction or anything, so I have no idea, what's going on in his head or his thoughts, whatever. Until we really know what happened.
Right.
Yeah.
And here's the picture. Until we really know what happened, I'm going to stand by him because, if it is what we're being told, I can't just say that he could just help solve. He should be able to. He's gone through this before.
Yeah.
But, I'm hearing WWE tried to help him and he just refused. I don't know if any of that's true. But regardless, whatever it is, I don't want to see him in any other promotion until I know he's ready for it.
Oh, yeah.
Because all we're hearing is fans going, oh, we should come to AEW. Oh, we should come back to RA. No, just calm down. Let him have some time, because him and his brother were having issues for like a few years. That's why they separated. So and they've had that before. And WWE's always made storylines out of it. Even they made a storyline out of his addiction problem a year ago. But he just, obviously this is a cry for help. If it is, it's a cry for help, that he just needs some time. And I think he should just take some time off, clear his head, come back to WWE or go to wherever he wants to go. You know? But
see, sorry to interrupt your train of thought, mate.
Yeah.
What I don't get is, if it is related stuff, why would he refuse rehab? Because he knows the issues that go through rehab. And this makes me think, oh, well, maybe he refused it because there wasn't anything wrong with him. He said, well, what's the point of me going to rehab when I don't know, and I know that I do not need it?
Exactly. Yeah.
Which could also be a thing, yeah.
You know. Anyway, carry on. Sorry.
Yeah.
But like I said, whatever he's going through, it's obviously he needs some help, whether it's an injury or the addiction again, something. He just needs some time off, clear his head, and then either retire, which would suck, but if it's better for him, it's better for him, or come back into a place he knows he's welcome. But
absolutely,
I don't want to see like another story like Chris Benoit or like The Undertaker, where they're like just trying to get him to come back, push him, and then he just ends up just hurting himself or others with Benoit story. But that's horrible, and you know they're human beings behind the wrestler actor role. So
I think people forget that sometimes.
Yeah, they forget that they're real people behind that mask. So
and this is a thing, like, we don't know what goes on in an addict's head, because you have your own issues in your own head. If you're an addict, it may be different the way someone else reacts to that. Like Jay said, this could have just been something he had done just to get his release, or it could be what they're saying. But the thing is, even the fans that were at the event noticed his behavior in the ring that was rather sluggish and everything else. So if the fans are noticing something's wrong, then obviously this is time for him to Yeah,
as I said, at the same token, when he went off into the crowd, people said that he seemed fine. So you got contradictory reports there.
Exactly.
Right? If he's sluggish, well, if you're injured, you would be sluggish.
Yeah. It could have been a slight concussion issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could have been anything. Like, look at The Undertaker, how he behaved. He didn't even remember that whole match with Brock Lesnar due to concussion issues. So it could have been something like that. But anyway, we just wish the best for Jeff Hardy. We love you. And we hope to see you back in wrestling soon, whether it be WWE or whatever company you decide to go with. We just wish you all the best. And guys in the chat, or anybody watching this back, if you know someone that needs that help find it. Look online. There's many places you can get it. Help them get that help from themselves, because that is not a pretty thing to watch. Somebody like that. All right. Our next person that we are going to talk about, and Steve, I got to thank you, Steve, is pulling up these pictures for these wrestlers so people who might be in the chat watching for the first time can see who we're talking about. But we are going to be talking about Alexa Bliss for a little bit. One of Steve's little wives.
One of them, yes. The one picture I forgot to get, actually.
Oh, that's okay. We know you're quick anyways, Steve. But anyways,
all I gotta do is type A and Alexa Bliss pops up, so it's all
good. But she has been teasing on Twitter her return as of late. Now, she's been gone for a few months. We know that she's needed a bit of a break to reassess her character and her job in the WWE. She did tweet out a thing saying, just wait, because fans are like, when is she coming back? This is a thing. Along with a gif of a woman standing still in the middle of a room where there's chaos happening all around her. So this is what she tweeted. But could there be symbolism there? Could there be a bit of a storyline there? If Alexa Bliss is coming back, just as everyone has forgotten about her. No idea when she's coming back. They're hoping that in 2022 she will make a return, but it might not be until the Royal Rumble, so we'll have to see about that. How do you know when to bring a supernatural character back, and what do you do with them after you bring them back? Will she bring a partner? Will she have a big drastic change with a big payoff? Will she be on here at day one? And she will be on Raw. We know that much because she was drafted to Raw. But Steve, what are you thinking about her return? What do you think about all that? And what do you think they could do with her to bring her back?
Well, I honestly still think that she's going to come back at day one. It just makes sense, especially with the whole if they have the whole storyline where she comes back against like Becky or Liv, whoever wins, which who knows. But now I don't know what show. If she comes back to that show, that is. If she doesn't, then yeah, I'll just come back to the Rumble. But yeah. I don't know her character. See, I'm still weird about her character because they had the whole character tailored around the Fiend.
Right.
And then they got rid of him, so it was just kind of an awkward transition in the character.
Yeah, it was.
But she did good carrying it on. So I wouldn't be surprised if they just come back the same. A lot of people are wanting her to come back as the goddess.
Yeah.
Because people were holding.
Bliss.
Yeah, people were holding on to her as this character because they thought Fiend was going to come back, and obviously he never did. So. Yeah. Which I'm not saying he's not going to ever come back, but I don't know. It's such a weird spot because, like I said, the character was tailored to something else, and now they had to make it a solo character, and it was almost like a Braun Strowman where you had him feuding against his former family, and then they all got split, and then you just didn't know what to do with them. So that's what I'm worried they're going to do with her, where she's just like, unless they find some kind of crazy tag team partner with her. Like she had Nikki, but then she became a superhero. So who knows anymore with that? I have no idea. It'd be cool to see her back though, because the women's division is lackluster right now, and so it'd be nice to see one less roll-up superstar in there. So yeah.
Jace.
To be honest, I've always liked a dark gimmick.
Right.
I thought that worked really well. And without wishing to sound like a perv, right? I thought there was something attractive about our dark persona.
Yeah.
Right? Don't ask me what. But yeah, I think she could, as I said before, I think she can turn her hand to pretty much anything they ask of her. So if they want to carry on the dark persona, I'm sure she's got plenty of ideas on how to carry it on and the reasoning to carry it on.
Yeah.
If they want to go back to the whole moment of Bliss persona, which a lot of people have been asking for, she could do that. That works well. Yeah, I don't mind. As long as they give her some purpose, and she can focus on it, and maybe even a title run again, because I think she's deserving of it. And obviously by putting in with sort of like Becky or whoever, she could quite easily carry that off. Yeah, I don't know where they're going to go. I've no idea.
Yeah.
I just hope whatever it is that they do something decent.
Yeah.
And she doesn't find 6 months down the line. Oh, sorry, but your future endeavoured or whatever nonsense.
Yep.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because that seems to be happening an awful lot lately. As characters come back, and then their gimmick or whatever it is just suddenly cut short. And sorry, we don't need you anymore.
Exactly. That's exactly it. Yeah. And she's been a major part of the women's division for a long time. And she's a great actress. You can put her anywhere and she does well. Yeah. So for them to turn around and do what they're doing
there's still rumors that there's still probably look at how long there were rumors about CM Punk coming back and he never did.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
But there's still rumors circulating about, Bray Wyatt will come back. Right. They were saying that he's going to be even more messed up than he was before.
Yeah.
Whether they're tie Alexa into that or not, I don't know. What the one underlying question you've got, and WWE being WWE, they're probably completely skate over it.
Yeah.
But there was the whole business where what was the doll called?
Lily.
So the last time you saw was Lily getting torn up and her being like absolutely distraught about it, all the rest of it. So could they go on the tangent that Lily was very much part of her persona and the way that she dealt with that side of her persona?
Yeah.
Is she going to come back more Lily-like?
Yeah, and the thing is, too, Steve and I had spoken about it. I think you were here when we talked about it, obviously. I think we all talked about it. Was the fact that she should come back with a tag team partner, maybe, and come back with a live Lily.
Yeah,
would be
they
great.
could do that. They could bring somebody in.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about for ages.
Yeah, Liv Morgan would make a great Lily.
Yeah, that's true. But we talked about for ages, didn't we? That Alexa was gonna become effectively Sister Abigail, and obviously that never happened.
Yeah.
So, there's all kind of what ifs and maybes, and it really depends on what I think they should let her do what she wants to do, because we know she can make it work, right?
Yeah.
I'd love it would be a little bit daft, I know, but she could carry it off.
Yeah.
Right. Again, it would give Nikki something to do again, because Nikki's been a bit quiet lately. You haven't really done an awful lot with her.
Yeah, and they're not tag team champions anymore, are they?
Yeah. No, I don't think so. No.
No, it's Zelina and Carmella.
Yeah. So you could have Nikki's the good side,
right?
And Alexa comes back as the big bad baddie. Yep. Anything like that.
Yeah, or she could, or even like she could take Nikki in and make her Lily or something like that, and still be There's so many things that can be done with it. I just hope that WWE does the right thing by it.
Yeah. But we can speculate till the cows come home, and we never know what's going on through through the writers' minds, and again whether she'll be allowed to do what she wants or whether she's got to follow a script that has been dictated by somebody else. Who knows?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think people forget that Bray Wyatt was Sister Abigail for 1 week. If you remember that.
Yep, in and out. Yeah, he was back and forth between Bray and.
It was really
Sister
weird.
Abigail.
Yeah,
that was kind of creepy. That's why, and then they showed her as Sister Abigail when they had the whole John Cena Bray Wyatt cinematic match.
Yeah.
So it just, hi Dewey, what's going on, babe?
They're known for scrapping ideas last minute. So
yeah,
you remember Emelina or remember Mojo Rawley with like the face paint, all that stuff the last 1 week that you just forget about.
Speaking of Mojo, I didn't even know him and Nia Jax were a thing, but anyways,
didn't either.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, they are. Apparently, her and him are dating. So,
giving her that good mojo. That Austin Powers reference. That Austin Powers reference.
That was terrible, but it was funny.
Austin Powers. It wasn't as bad.
Yeah. Dewey, I hope you're doing well. I know you've been struggling, buddy. Been praying for you every day. Send me a message if you want. I still got you on Messenger or Facebook, I think. It is really good to have you in. Thank you so much for coming in.
Yeah, Dewey, he won second place in my giveaway.
Oh, way! Nice going, Dewey.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Alrighty. Well, I'm okay at Stuffsky. Oh, hon. Well, message me and we'll talk. Night, Dewey. Love ya.
Bye, bud.
Yeah.
Later.
All right. Okay, so just a quick note. We know 2022 comes with new things, and hopefully in the new year, things get better for the WWE and all wrestling promotions around the world. But there's talks of Lacey Evans could be coming back. She's now had her second daughter, and things are going really well, and she has been training and everything else to get back in the ring. There's also talks of Asuka, who's been gone since July of this year. Talks of her returning. There's talks of Kairi Sane returning, as well as Bailey. Bailey could be returning in the spring because she's still walking around with that great big knee brace on. So we want her to be fully back to doctor approved wrestling before she comes back, but it would be good to see her back. So that's just quick. Okay, so the next one I need from you, Steve, is KO. Kevin Owens.
Yes.
Now, we've seen, this is a thing that we're going to talk about right now because KO is amazing. I think he's wonderful. He's a fellow Canadian from Quebec. I was saying prayers for, okay, thank you. Okay, thank you, Dewey. Sorry. He was just saying prayers for night. Yeah, okay, thank you. Sorry about that. I'm glad you're still here. Yay. Okay. But anyways, KO's contract is due to expire January 31st. Okay, and the latest word is that KO is done with WWE, which I don't blame him. If he loses to Big E at the day one pay-per-view, he's officially done. So it gives him no loose ends, no excuses, no cares, and nothing else to hang on to. Also, what will his decision be? Will he go to AEW? Because there has been quite a few big hints as to where he's going to be going between and Steve knows most of what it's called, the group between him and
Mount Rushmore. Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore, yeah. And I would really love to see him do good things. I am not impressed with what they've been doing with Kevin Owens lately. He's barely been on, and he's a tremendous competitor. And I know he was injured for a short stint there, so I get that. But this upcoming match will be the telltale of whether he will be gone or whether he'll be coming back. So, Jace, what are your thoughts on all of this?
Right. Well, I've heard various rumors. I mean, there's been a big thing in AEW that some big WWE star is coming to AEW. They haven't said who. Now, what with everything going on, I did wonder if that might be Jeff. Right. It would make sense if it was Kevin.
Yeah.
He is underutilized at the moment. He is underutilized. There's no two ways about that. And maybe that's why he wants out.
Yeah.
Stand to reason. I don't think it matters where, as long as we get to see him, I don't think it matters where he goes.
No.
Right? I think he will be an asset wherever he goes. Now, I don't know how old he is.
I think he's almost 30, isn't he, Steve?
Kevin Owens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's let's see. Let's see how old he is.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about sort of how many years he's got left.
He's 37.
He's got a good few years yet then.
Yeah.
As long as he remains healthy. Yeah. No, I was thinking about, whether he might go on and do coaching and all the rest of it, because I feel that he'd do a really good job at that. A firm but fair trainer.
Yeah.
Knows what he wants to see, what he expects of people, but only because he would expect that of himself.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if he's not even 40 yet, then I think he's got a good few years. And I think he's pretty much done all that he probably wanted to do in WWE, to be fair.
Yeah.
So, okay, a few more title runs would have been nice, maybe. But having something that's, like I said, it doesn't matter which it is, but letting him have a new, having him have a new challenge.
Yeah.
I think that's perhaps what he needs.
Yeah,
something different.
Yeah, I agree. I think he does need a new challenge. He needs something to
Excuse
perk
me.
him up. I mean,
Bless you,
he's
sir.
almost becoming a jobber himself as of
Yeah.
late.
And he needs better than that.
Yeah. Steve.
Good old Killstein Kill, huh?
Yep.
What a legend in the making. This dude is gonna be one of the funniest wrestlers, apart from Stone Cold Steve Austin, that I think I've ever seen. And he's honestly such a good guy. But as for his WWE time, I think it's on the ropes here. He like Jay said, he's done everything he wanted to. He hung out with his idol Chris Jericho, and he had a storyline with him. He was there with his best friend Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
A lot of good friends he had in WWE. That a lot of them have actually moved on to other companies. Well,
True.
his bestest friends happen to be the Young Bucks and the Elite, and that whole crowd. And they've been going back and forth. Like a few months ago, both Kevin Owens and the Young Bucks in their Twitter bios had like coordinates, like some weird coordinates or messages, and you'd look and you would search them up the coordinates, and it would be Mount Rushmore, or they'd have like dates, and you look at the date, and it's just a picture of them as all together. So they've been already doing the subliminal stuff back and forth for a while now. Whether that's just a tease and he's just going to re-sign, who knows? I mean, that would be a Kevin Owens thing to do, just to re-sign for.
Well, yeah.
But whether he stays or goes, I love Kevin Owens, and Vic, you know this. Every time I see Kevin Owens, I'm hoping he wins, no matter if he's a heel or face. Was an awesome heel champion. Would love to have seen him as a face champion or either again.
Yeah.
But I have noticed they do give him like an inch from winning every time, and then they just take it from him. So
he's one of the, you know, I didn't watch a lot of Ring of Honor, but I went through a phase of watching it.
Yeah.
For a while, and you had him, El Generico as he was then, you know, Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
You had Seth Rollins was in there, Cesaro was in there. I think Daniel Bryan was in there for a while. So there's all these guys that came up through ROH that you knew that they were going to be big time.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Right? You know, I was a Kevin Steen fan.
Yeah.
I loved what him and Sami Zayn were doing together as a tag unit.
Oh yeah.
In ROH, it was brilliant stuff. So you know that this guy, whatever he lends his hand to, he's another one. Whatever he lends his hand to, he's going to make work.
Yep.
And like I said, it doesn't matter where he goes, he will be a success.
Yep, absolutely.
So, you know.
Yeah, you can see it every time he wrestles. He's good.
Yeah.
He's really good. You know, and he's willing to land on a ladder on his back, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But we wish him all the best. I hope we'll keep you updated as much as we can, guys, because like I said, his contract doesn't expire until the end of next month, but we will know by the next pay-per-view, which is day one, which is on January 1st. And the weirdest name I've ever heard for a pay-per-view, mind you, but day one is the name of it.
At least it's not Great Balls of Fire.
True.
True. This is not that one again. Or Fast Lane.
Oh lordy, yeah, exactly. I'm in the fast lane. This is not passing lane.
I'd rather take Backlash. I couldn't get booked to Backlash. Freaking, what was that? Nick Nemeth? Was that Dolph Ziggler?
Yeah. But anyways,
that's back when he cared about his contract.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, I do appreciate that. Like, yeah, no matter what he does, we're gonna watch him. Doesn't matter where he goes. We'll find him. We'll find out, and we'll end up watching him because he's great. Alrighty. So a quick note: WWE has signed 15 new athletes, and they can't say it's budget cuts anymore because they signed 15 new college athletes to take part in the next inaugural version of the Next in Line program, with the class encompassing participants in sports like track and field, basketball, amateur wrestling, and football. Some of these athletes taking part are AJ Ferrari, a wrestler from Oklahoma State, as well as Haley and Hannah Cavender, which could be the next Bella twins, who are basketball players from Fresno State. Now, this is to recruit and develop future stars by allowing them to access the Performance Center. Now, these athletes will be able to utilize the resources of the WWE, such as brand building, media training, communications, live event promotion, creative writing, and community relations. Upon completion of the program, they do have the opportunity to be offered a contract with the WWE or go to whatever it is, the sport that they are playing.
Is this like going to be a TV show, or this is just something that's sort of going on in the
program, like a mentoring program?
Right, so it's not going to be like a Tough Enough style thing.
I don't think so. Yeah, no, I don't want any more Tough Enough, honestly. But
well, yeah.
Yeah, but I think this is going to teach them the tools that they could not otherwise get somewhere else. And WWE is using their Performance Center for this. But, I mean, why hire these guys? Why sign them when they play all these different sports for all of these different things? Take them from what they constantly do and what they're striving for, what they love to do, and then offer them a wrestling contract.
The only thing I was going to say was, I think this is maybe WWE looking more to the long-term future of the company. True. So obviously, and you know, they have had quite a few people come from other sports that have done very well.
Yep, that's true.
Right,
football players and such. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see crap name though it is, Anthony Ogogo do well.
Yeah.
Right, I know he's in AEW at the moment. He's AEW, isn't he?
Yes.
Right, but I could see someone like him coming across the WWE. But you know that it does work. It does work, but you know, and maybe they're thinking of these people. You know, what are these? A lot of people that have left sports, you know, because they've got injured or whatever, or they just want a career change. Have gone on to do wrestling and done, and you know, as I say, done well at it. Yeah. So maybe that's what they're looking at as well. Is that, you know, they're giving these people opportunity that they may not have had otherwise.
Yep. Well, this is what I'm saying. That's why I think this is more like a more like a mentoring program for them to, you know, learn all these different resources, like the media training, communication, how to speak in front of the media and stuff like that. And whatever. Yeah, definitely. Well, I hope it works for them. You never know. We could get some great wrestlers out of it, right?
We could.
When you've done most of the business you've talked about, there is one individual that I would like to talk about later, if you don't bring it up beforehand.
Okay, absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, so the next thing, I'm just going to make a quick note of this as well, because this is said by Dave Meltzer, who said that who will take over the WWE once Vince retires. Now, they had said the best people to run it would be Tony Khan.
His brother.
Nick Khan.
The takeover.
Shane or Stephanie. Those are the four names that were thrown into the ring, but they're pretty much sure that Nick Khan will be taking over for Vince once he leaves. And unless they hire somebody else between now and then, but it looks as though it may be soon that Vince is going to retire. So
Tommy.
Yes.
Right, because obviously they're related. How do Nick and Tony get on? Are they good? Are they, you know, on speaking terms, or is it like the blooming Gallagher brothers?
Steve might know more about that than me.
I don't.
You don't?
No,
I don't know.
What makes me curious, and you know, and it's maybe something that the wrestling business as a whole needs.
They could
Because
combine
it
the
does seem-
companies.
Well, not necessarily combine,
Open the door.
but yeah, you've got that, you know, open trade, shall we say? You look how well the AEW have done by doing business with. Well, they did, I think they did some business with Ring of Honor. They've done things with AAA,
Impact.
New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yep.
Right, Impact, as you say.
Yep.
You know, and it's all worked out quite well.
Yep.
Because you'll get these guys, and all right, you may only see them a little bit, but it opens people to other wrestling promotions.
Absolutely, yeah.
And you know, you can do a short-lived storyline. You know, you had the business with Finn Juice and the Good Brothers.
Yep.
Right, you know, they went off to Finn Juice went off to New Japan for a month or whatever, so, and then I'm not up with it, but whatever happened with the titles after that.
Yeah.
So you know, you've got all that kind of things. I'd love to see more New Mexico, because I think lucha wrestling's been overlooked quite a bit recently, especially by WWE. They've sort of been pushed to the background. And then, you know, there's some amazing talents out there we might not otherwise get to see. So my thought is, that if Nick Khan's running WWE and his brother's doing AEW, might be achievable. You know, you go back to the almost like the territories feel, but just on a larger scale.
Yeah.
You know, wouldn't you love to see, right? I know a lot of people disagree with me, but wouldn't you like to see a AEW WWE crossover event?
I would like to see that. I would just, you know, I want it to be run properly, and like I said, and it could happen. It could. I mean, I had the same thought when I heard Tony Khan and Nick Khan. I'm like, they're brothers.
Yeah.
What could this mean for WWE? Like, I don't. Yeah, there is so much potential in that.
Yeah.
But I mean, unless, like you said, they could be feuding. So it could not happen.
You know, you look at. I was going to say about, you know, Liam and Noel Gallagher out from Oasis, right?
Yeah.
Their feuding, you know, real life has gone on for bloody years.
Yeah,
they still don't talk to each other.
Yep, they still hate each other.
So who knows?
Yeah. No, hopefully something comes of it. You got any thoughts on that, Steve?
I just hope that, which sounds like something Vince would do, his retirement clause, he puts somewhere in the contract saying, you can't change this, and this, and you can have the company.
Oh, yeah.
Knowing Vince, he'll do something, or at least it'd be like, oh, for the next 10 years, you can't do this, you know, he'll probably do something like that. But if he didn't, then I would love to see the door open, finally get the call WWE superstars, WWE wrestlers again. I would love all of that, you know, I would love the Attitude Era WWE come back, but with an open door. Like, that'd be amazing. That's all we want.
Absolutely.
The other thing you've got with there is, of course, that if the writers in one place haven't got anything for that person to do, they can say, right, well, we've got some ideas for you. Come on over.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, there you go. So they're not, you know, they're not floundering on obscurity like so many of them have ended up doing.
Yeah.
And not, you know, not through any fault of their own.
Yeah.
You know.
That's it. Yeah, and this is the thing. Like, we want to see wrestling be what it is. And people are like, I'm not going to watch AEW because, you know, they're just a little fly-by-night company and they're going to be gone and everything else and whatever. You know what? Like we said last live, they are a baby company still. They're still working out the kinks. They're still working out who suits and who doesn't suit the company. You know, so we have to give them time. I mean, WWE had to start somewhere, right? So,
indeed, yep.
So, you know, but anyways, all right. So the next person that Steve, if you can help, Johnny Gorgano.
Oh yes,
Gargano,
Johnny Wrestling. That's all you gotta say.
I sent Steve a message about pulling his picture
Gargantua,
up, and it came out gargantuan.
Johnny
my
Gorgon.
man.
Johnny Gorgon.
Johnny Demigorgon.
Gorgonzola. Anyway. All right. Now.
This rebel heart.
We all know that his contract is up. He is now officially a free agent. Now, I don't know what his non-compete clause is like. I know that the way WWE has worked it is anybody who is a bigger star, such as on the main roster and stuff like that, will be the ones with the 90-day no-compete clause, but anybody in NXT or lower, only 30-day non-compete clause. So, is he done with the WWE? Now, Gargano said himself his future is up in the air, and he may do some things here and there. He will also be becoming a father in February next year. He also, as he was saying goodbye to all his fans at the end of the show, was attacked by Grayson Waller. So could he resign? We know that he got an extension on his contract just so he could be at War Games. But
yeah.
Anyways, and at the end of the latest edition, like I said, he was attacked by Grayson Waller. So what could this mean?
Yeah.
Ahead,
when was his last appearance then? Was it this week?
Yeah, it was on it was at War Games.
That was War Games was his last appearance.
Wednesday he was there to say goodbye.
What, beforehand?
Or Tuesday, but yeah.
Beforehand or afterwards?
Yeah.
His last appearance, the official appearance was this Tuesday. And then
Tuesday.
his last pay-per-view was the War Games pay-per-view.
Yeah, but I mean when what show did he say goodbye?
On Tuesday night.
NXT, yeah.
This Tuesday just gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's what I was trying to establish. Right,
Sorry.
yeah. Sorry, because I want to make sure I'm up with what's going on, because obviously, as I said, I'm behind. Okay. Anyway, carry on with what you were saying. Sorry, and then I'll give my 5 bob in a minute.
That's all it was that I had to say. So I don't know what your thoughts on are that. What do you think he's going to do? Do you think he's going to resign?
Right. I wouldn't be surprised if he resigns. He's got a good thing there going with NXT and all the rest of it. He's never really been that low down on the card.
No.
So, he's always been, he's been pretty high profile. Damn good wrestler. Damn good wrestler.
Yeah.
It would be daft for WWE to let him go. Although, well, with everything else that's been going on, who knows what they're thinking. I don't really see him going, I don't really see him going anywhere else. I don't even know that he'd want to go up to the main roster.
Yeah.
Because he seems quite content. So, I mean, his contract's expired, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah, technically, yeah, I can see that maybe he's doing, spending time with his kids. He's taking a break, right? And he didn't want that to impact on his or rather the re-signing to impact upon that.
Yeah.
So it's probably a case of, look, if you want to take some time off, that's cool, right? Let us know when you're ready. Come back, we'll re-sign you, and you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So
I
now
agree
he's
with
got no, I know people take breaks and all the rest of it, and they're given breaks, but it's always a case of they have to come back by a certain point. Whereas this, where he's unsigned, he can come back when he wants to come back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's completely his choice. And
Yeah,
I know Triple H isn't running things anymore, but
True.
I don't see any reason for WWE not to have him back.
Yeah.
Personally, and I think he'd be fine carrying on as he is.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. He could. Yeah, he could. Right now, he's basically leading NXT for the men.
Yeah.
In that sense. Steve, any thoughts from you?
Johnny Wrestling ever since he came in as DIY with Tomato Camper. I mean, I'm sorry, Tommaso Ciampa. He basically was what carried NXT for throughout these multiple years. Like he was the black and gold brand. So seeing him not actually resign is shocking. He did immediately open his Twitch account back up too.
Right.
So it seems like he's going to be gone at least from WWE for a little bit.
Right.
Whether it's like what Jason was suggesting with him spending time with family, we don't know yet. But him and Adam Cole seem to have been getting like very close again lately. So who knows what that influence could be with him? He could be trying to influence him and have him come over, but we really won't know until he shows up somewhere. So for as of right now, he's a free agent, and I don't think his because since he had his contract extended, like you said, his no complete cause could be up a lot sooner than 30 days. Because if you remember Adam Cole, his was already up. That's why he was able to show up to AEW the same week that he was on an NXT pay-per-view. So who knows? Like whether he shows up somewhere next month, or shows back up to the main roster of WWE in 2 months. We will never know.
He could do he could do the odd independent day, still have money coming in if if that's a concern of his necessarily, and not have to have the schedule that he's got at the moment.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Because I bet you the end, all right, the independents haven't got a lot of money, but I bet they'd pay a fair whack to have him appear.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yep. Makes sense.
Anywhere, it doesn't matter where it goes. I just want to see Johnny wrestling back at it.
Exactly. Yep.
Dude's a star.
And Candice LeRae, his wife, we wish her all the best in the coming months when she goes to get ready to give birth to their child, which is going to be a boy. I don't know if you saw the little advert that they did to announce the baby. Was really, really cute.
I think I did see something,
where the dog bit the balloon and she was covered in blue.
Yeah,
that was the best. We wish them all the best. And whatever he decides, like Steve said, wherever he decides to wrestle, we'll take him in. The next one that we're going to quickly talk about is Kyle O'Reilly is another one. Now, after months of this, we've had the breakup of what were they called again?
Undisputed.
The UE.
Pardon?
Undisputed Era.
Yeah, the Undisputed Era. Here is Kyle O'Reilly. It says here that is he leaving? Now, Steve, isn't his contract up now?
I believe so, yes.
And after Gargano's speech on Tuesday night, Kyle went out to say goodbye to Gargano. What do I keep calling him? Gargano. He signed a few autographs, and then he kissed the mat. He left. Now, is that a sign of him leaving as well? Could he be going to AEW to join Adam Cole? We don't know. There's been a lot of NXT wrestlers leaving, so I don't know what's going on. Jace, what do you think?
Well, Dave, okay. Depending on, I imagine Roderick Strong's still signed for a while yet, is he?
Yep.
I was going to say, because if his contract was coming up, right, then can you imagine having the, and I am, listen, I'm just doing something at the same time. Can you imagine basically the four of them all being in AEW?
Yeah.
Right, and almost like a reunion of sorts. Right?
Yeah.
And they they could even come up with a story in that saying, look, we never wanted to separate where we were before, but we were told we had to.
Yeah.
Right, so they could have a whole thing going on with that. I don't know where they're going because obviously Bobby's over there now, isn't he? Bobby Fischer's over there.
Yeah, he's hanging out with Adam Cole again.
Yeah, so why not?
Yeah,
it really depends on what is best for Kyle? I would like Kyle. Has he ever won the NXT Championship?
I don't think so.
No. So I'd like that to happen.
Yeah.
Before
That
he
would be
did
nice.
leave. I think he deserves it. I mean, some of the championship matches that he had were brilliant.
Yeah.
And I don't say that lightly. I think he's a damn good. He's another one of these guys that knows his craft. He's damn good at what he does, and deserves a run with that title. And I think he could do a damn good job of it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay.
it's a little bit disappointing if he has actually, his contract is up and he's going.
He leaves. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're losing
But
some
again,
great talent.
someone else who could do good wherever he goes.
Yeah. We've been losing another great talent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway.
Couple more things I got quite a couple more things, not quite a few, but a couple more things to get to. The next person we're going to talk about right now is Shinsuke. Right now we know he is the IC champion, Intercontinental, for those who don't know, but as of late, another person that we're not impressed with because, could he be leaving?
Yeah.
As well, no one knows when his contract is up. He is 42 and has many promotions ready to sign if he's sorry, what?
Yeah.
Anything. Sorry, my son is just asking me a question. But I mean, he's a tremendous wrestler, and he's a great talent. And like I said, I mean, it's another one that we don't know when his contract ends, and if they don't start using him properly, could be another one we lose.
I'm just wondering, has he ever? Is the Bullet Club still going in New Japan?
Don't think so. Ouch! That's my toe, kitty.
Ah, right. I was going to say because he would have been the damn good fit.
Yeah, he would have been.
But I don't know.
Sorry, my cat is over here biting my toes. So
lovely.
Sorry about that. I was like, ah. Okay, but hopefully he stays. I would like to see him stay, especially with Kairi Sane possibly coming back. So, okay. So the next one I need from you, Steve, is Jon Moxley.
Yes.
Yes.
That look on Steve's face of another one. No. We have an update on Jon Moxley. Everybody, all of his fans have been reaching out to him and to his family, wondering what's been going on with him, how he's been doing, and everything else. And Tony Khan did make a statement that he has spoken to John and Renee, or Renee anyways, and she said that he is doing better and better each time she talks to him, which is awesome, and she's excited about that.
What was the issue with him?
Alcohol. So he's in rehab. Yes. Yeah. So if you don't know what had happened about a month ago now, Jon Moxley pulled himself. He made the choice himself to pull himself out of wrestling for the time being, and has checked himself into rehab for alcohol abuse. He is getting the help he needs, the counseling he needs. Good. And as Renee has stated, he is getting better and better, and we keep praying for him. We keep wishing him the best, and we hope he gets well on his own time, not quickly, or don't hurry up and come back when he's ready.
Yeah.
Right. So that's all I'm going to say about that. I just wanted to update you guys about that. Couple more things, really quick things here. News of the major change to WWE 2K22 is the plan was originally to include a robust amount of NXT talent, though they were unsure how many of the new stars would be added, but it will. They want to make it so that it will not be another 2K20. They don't want to have the same bugs and issues and failures that 2K20 had. So they are making major changes. I don't know what those changes are, but it is to the NXT roster.
I've not played a WWE video game in ages.
Yeah, well, Steve plays it, so that's why
They
I
get
had to
worse
make
every
sure
year.
that he knew what was going on.
They get worse every year.
Yeah, exactly. Another quick note was AEW will air this week, this Wednesday's Dynamic. Let me try that one again.
Try that one more time.
And one more time in English. Yeah, exactly. Right, Jason? I'll put in my teeth and wash my tongue.
Yep,
AEW will air this Wednesday's Dynamite at the iconic Atlantic City's Boardwalk Hall. It was the same location where they'd held WrestleMania 4 and 5. So that should be an epic thing, and we'll see what happens. And okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about really quick, and then I got one issue, and then Jace will get to what you wanted to talk about. Survivor Series results, since I know you've watched it now. Roman Reigns defeated Big E. Becky Lynch defeated Charlotte Flair. Seth Rollins defeated Jeff Hardy. The men's Raw team defeated Men's SmackDown. The women's Team SmackDown defeated Team Raw. And Shinsuke won due to a disqualification of Damian Priest, who broke Boog's guitar. So, over Boog. So, anyways.
Yeah. But yeah, I meant to say I haven't got the results to hand. But Steve, mate, I'm afraid your predictions didn't do very well.
Yeah.
No, I did predictions based on what should have happened.
Yeah. You got one.
Yeah.
Sorry, dude.
No, if it was my booking, it would have been, more accurate.
I know.
But the nonsensical route's the one I don't go with. So unfortunately, that's what happens.
We'll mark him down for the next one. Alrighty, so the last one I need from you, Steve, that we talked about earlier was the video that we're going to pull up in a second that I sent you. But Chris Jericho has had to check himself into the hospital and cancel his last few shows for circumstances beyond his control. They are medical reasons, although the medical reasons are not known. But per doctor's recommendations, which are non-COVID issues, he has had to cancel some Fozzy concerts until an unseen date and take time off. He did make a statement on his YouTube channel, which as soon as Steve can pull it up, we'll play for you as to what he said. But we wish Chris Jericho all the best. We know that he's getting up there in age too. And we hope that he is doing well and wish nothing but the best for him. Now, can we hear this once you play it? All right, go ahead, Steve.
Hey guys, it's Chris here, and once again, we were so sorry to have to cancel the last two nights in Swansea and Nottingham. Circumstances beyond my control forced that to happen, and a lot of people are wondering what's going to happen tomorrow night in London. And well, the answer to that is we're not canceling. No, instead of canceling, we're going to do something different. We're going to give you the ultimate Fozzy Fan Fest tomorrow night in London at the Islington Academy. Now, here's the deal. The doctors don't want me to sing due to medical reasons, which we don't need to get into. But instead, here's what we're going to do. We're going to kick off the show, the ultimate Fozzy Fan Fest, with the world exclusive premiere of our brand new album, Boombox, played for the first time ever in a live setting with all of you listening and all five of us in Fozzy on the stage listening with you. Very, very excited about that. Then we're going to go to a Q&A. You guys provide the cues. I'll look through them all, pick the best ones, and we will give you the A's from on stage. I'm going to host that. Then on top of those things, we're going to play two of our biggest hits live, Enemy and Judas, with a special guest vocalist. You know that's going to be you. Everybody in the Islington Academy tomorrow night are going to be the lead vocalists on Enemy and Judas, and I'll be on stage leading the charge with my conductor's wand. On top of that stitched up heart and the treatment, We'll still be playing full sets to open the show before the Ultimate Fozzy Fan Fest begins with, once again, the world exclusive premiere of the new album Boombox. It's not coming out till April, so you get to hear it for the first time ever in a live setting tomorrow night at the Islington Academy. So listen, a lot of bands would have just said, forget it, we're canceling. We're not going to do that. We're doing something that London Fozzy fans and Fozzy fans worldwide will talk about for years to come. So we will see you tomorrow night. You're going to rock with us. We're going to rock with you at the Islington Academy. It's going to definitely be the Ultimate Fozzy Fan Fest right here in London. Oh, yeah. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
So there you go.
Interesting.
This is what he had to say.
I had not seen that yet, so.
Yeah, that's why I wanted you guys to see it, because this is news that they said he had to cancel these events and everything else. And surprise, he's not really canceling, but he has a guest vocalist, which is going to be the fans themselves singing these songs. Yeah. And, you know, his band's going to sing the songs for the new album. So, Jay, seeing that for the first time, what do you think now?
Yeah, I've seen Fuzzy live in Southampton. Yeah. They are. I'm not really very aware of what they've done, but live they're brilliant. Yeah. And I get the impression that Chris, the last thing he wanted to do was not be able to sing. Now, what health issues? He could have something like laryngitis or something like that, or he's basically knackered his vocal cords.
Absolutely.
He's always been allowed, and you know how he is when he's doing his promos.
Yeah,
that's how he is singing.
Yeah,
he's got that same kind of what's the term?
Grovelly,
the little nuances in his voice, and he sings the same. He sings the same way. So I would not be surprised if he got strained vocal cords.
Yeah, he could.
Right, you know, and that's why he's still able to do the show.
Yeah,
he just can't sing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
you know, he can talk all right, he just can't sing.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, he doesn't want to strain them any more than he has to. I mean, it could be that, it could be anything, but hopefully he gets better soon. Steve, what are your thoughts on seeing that now?
I will not be able to sing again. I don't know. That's cool. That is cool. I had no idea what was going on, and I didn't even know about it till you told me today. So, well, I knew he was in the hospital, but I never knew what it was for. I hadn't seen his video yet, so thank you for that.
You're welcome.
That's pretty cool. New Fozzy album. I can't wait for it. Yeah. You know we're gonna hear about it probably every week in AEW before it comes out, but but you know Jericho is. He wants to let the world know it's happening over and over again, but it's good to hear he's doing good. It's cool to hear he's not backing down, and it's good to hear that it's nothing serious. So that's always good because you know how it could be. So knowing that he's doing good and that he's pushing on, that's pretty cool. It's awesome for the fans that he's not ending the event. That's the coolest thing, I think, that Fozzy's still going to actually give them more than what they're bargaining for. So
exactly. Yeah, they're going to get the new album. They're going to get 2 songs where they get to sing, which I'm pretty sure he's going to record. So, you know, like it's going to turn out really well. Okay. So Chris Jericho, we wish you a speedy recovery, and to all the fans who are going to get to hear him in London tomorrow or this, whenever the dates are. But I hope you guys have a tremendous time with Chris Jericho and Fozzy. So Jace, you had a topic that you wanted to discuss.
Yeah,
we'll go to that. And then Steve's got, I think, some AEW stuff and MLW stuff that we wanted to talk about.
Okay. So. Steve, if you can find it whilst I'm talking about it, right? I want to talk about my mate, right? Rockstar Spud.
Rockstar Spud?
Yeah. Because you know that obviously he was let go again from WWE a little while back.
Drake Maverick?
Yeah, Drake Maverick.
Okay.
Right. Now, there was a little promo that he put up once he knew he was let go, and it seems to suggest that he knew it was coming. So I wondered if we could watch that. I've seen it, but I don't know if anybody else has. If we could see that and just get people's thoughts about his future and where he's going, because he's another, I think, underrated talent.
He is.
You know.
Yeah.
So
He's
I don't know if you'll be able to find it or not, Steve. I know. I'm sorry to.
It's called My Immediate Thoughts.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
I have it as a Twitter video here.
It's basically. Well, you'll see it. It's him sort of talking about how he feels about the whole situation, how he's going to deal with it.
Yeah.
I have the video here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me go ahead and get it up.
Yeah.
I think it's the one I think it is.
It was, you know what? I thought Drake Maverick, you can use him anywhere. But, yeah, okay.
Does this seem familiar?
Yep.
Yeah, that looks like it.
Let's see.
A little bit louder.
Off the phone with.
I have to turn my PC up for this.
Yep.
WWE Talent Relations let me know that as of today I've been released from my contract.
Still quite quiet.
That's all. That's as high as I can go with it.
Okay.
Sorry, folks.
Oh, then it gets louder.
Now it gets louder, yeah. Good thing I have a scroll wheel on my volume button.
Can't pull this one again. Get up. You're going to be fine. I mean, everything they ever gave you, you turned into a moment, right? They wanted you to be a manager. You made it work. They wanted you to run around 24/7. You made it work. They even tried to get rid of you. You made that work too. I don't know what else to tell you. You're a success. You've always been a success. And you're going to carry on being a success. You did everything you said you were going to do in life. You're a success. Look at me. Look at me. Hey. I know we've been here before. We don't belong here anymore. What was our dream? Come on, what was our dream? It wasn't to be a WWE superstar, was it? It was to be a professional wrestler. You can't be fired from wrestling, pal. Somebody's going to book you. Even an idiot like you. But what I'm asking you to do is get up. Because if you don't get up, this whole journey, this whole dream, it's going to die. It's going to end. And we got so much more that we need to accomplish in this journey. It's going to keep going. But we're not going to accomplish nothing if you don't get up. Come on, get up. What, you're just going to let this dream die? Get up. We're going to accomplish everything. Get up. Get up.
At least he's got pants on.
Yep.
Just stick your head to the ring light and be set. That's all you gotta do.
Ask Jimmy Barnes about ring lights.
Yeah, no. He doesn't like them. They're too bright.
Hey, at least he's washing his hands. That's good. Oh, and his face. There you go, bud.
Jimmy and his magic ring.
Oh no, I don't want to know about that one. Better than having a spud stud.
Yeah.
Yep, take that off. There you go.
Yep. Burn. No, I'm just joking.
Wise choice.
Boing it.
I was wondering if anyone would say that.
Ooh, what's this one? Ooh, somebody's calling you already.
Oh, his nips are getting hard. You know he's excited about it. Purple tips. There you go.
Oh, yeah, purple tips.
I think that is one of the best promos, of anybody I've seen in a long, long time.
That was very well done.
I know I'm biased, right? But I thought that was brilliant. The way he handled it and all the rest of it, you know, was great. And like I said, it was almost like he knew it was coming.
Yeah, I think he knew, but I mean, it was like a motivational speech to himself that we could send to that any wrestler could listen to. You're not retired from wrestling. You're not fired from wrestling, period. Just the WWE or whatever promotion you get let go from. There's other promotions.
Yeah. He's I've been a fan of his for a long time. You know, ever since the British boot camp.
Oh yeah,
especially after he punched Party Marty in the face. That was great, and that was legit as well.
Yeah.
He's another one of these guys. You know, I'm not saying he's, you know, and this is obviously his size and all the rest of it against him. I'm not saying that he's ever necessarily going to be a world champ.
Yeah.
But one, never say never.
Exactly.
And two, right? He's got so much potential.
Absolutely.
So much potential, right? And you know, again, whether he, you know, like he said himself, he's been a success, and he has been. There's no denying that whatsoever. Right? Absolutely. He's achieved more than he ever thought he would.
Yeah.
So, you know, he to me, he sounds very motivated. He's like, okay, you know, this is the end of part one, if you will.
Yep.
Let's move on to part two and see what happens.
Agreed.
And I think it's and I don't think he's got any. I don't think he's got any grudges against WWE.
No.
But it's almost like a little finger and saying, look, just because I'm gone doesn't mean I'm gonna, you know, just disappear.
Yeah.
Right? And you know, one day you're gonna want me back.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't mean he's done. It just means this is the next chapter of his life.
Yeah.
You know?
So, you know, but he's you know, he seems like a genuinely nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's never
very talented actor too.
I know I got ripped on it for saying this, right? Okay, the 24/7 title thing.
Yeah.
It's very jokey, very comical, but he was the right person for doing that kind of thing.
Absolutely.
And that whole thing where he had wanted posters of R-Truth he was running around for, that was his own idea. No one else thought of that.
Nope.
And that shows me that WWE had enough faith of him and saying, yeah, go for it, kid. We love that.
Yep.
Right? I can't call him a kid because he's not, you know, he's only, he's a few years younger than me, but, you know, he's a grown man, for goodness sake.
Absolutely. Yep, I agree.
But, you know, fair play to him. So if anybody, if you know what he's doing, please let me know.
Yeah, if anybody knows where he is now, anyways, we'd like to know.
And I do think he's going to go back to the Rockstar Spud persona.
He could. Would be a good idea, but I mean, whatever he does, he's got some good talent. He's like a Enzo in a way, but yeah. But yeah, good. Thanks for sharing that, Chase.
Yeah. I just thought not everybody would have seen that. You see.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good suggestion, and it's good for people to see that too, because I mean, it doesn't matter what part of your life you're in, whether it be wrestling, sports, or whatever. It's a good motivation of saying that You're not fired from that field altogether. This is just a chapter of your life that's over. You need to go on to the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you can take that into any context in your life and use that as a motivational speech to yourself. You know, and he did that well. And the fact that he was talking to himself like that, just like, just get up.
Yeah.
Stop sitting on your arse and get up.
Arse.
Arse.
I love
Arse
hearing
pie.
Americans say arse.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Canadians in your case, I should say.
Well, not a lot. Well, don't forget, I'm part British, so the arse comes from that. That and my Irish friends, I heard them say it a lot. So
Yeah, that's just you folk. I don't say that, so don't worry about it.
Folk.
Well, if you've ever seen Father Ted, you know that's quite a good line on there from it.
Yeah,
arse
arse is used quite a lot in there. That's arse. Yep.
Nuns.
He's like a bishop with Tourette's. Anyway, Steve, I showed videos to Steve this week, and if you guys haven't seen the YouTube channel for MLW or Major League Wrestling, go check it out because there are quite a few good wrestlers on there. And then I'm going to get Steve to talk a little bit about Dynamite and Rampage that we watched this week. But we've spotted PJ Perkins, Fatu, Conan is on there, and if you guys are looking to watch, he's soft. He just made his debut this week, and I was really glad to see it. I shared the video with Steve. Now, Steve, what did you think of seeing him debut again?
Well, Enzo looked very not in shape.
Yeah.
He looked very rusty. I mean, he obviously, but he looked like he was passionate still. He definitely was happy to be there. He's not exactly a cruiserweight anymore, and I did notice he changed up his moveset a bit. He still has the same finisher, which is actually the same thing that Ruby does, which Liv used to do the same thing. I believe Woods does that. Xavier Woods does the same move. He does a Razor's Edge. That's cool. He does that. So he's gone more of like a brawler style instead of the cruiserweight they had him original.
Has he still got his staffed haircut?
Oh yeah. Oh no, he's still Enzo. he's still Enzo.
He still goes by that name, does he, Enzo?
He is Enzo, yeah.
It's not Enzo Amore, but it's just Enzo now.
Enzo, yeah.
Yeah, he's still the the realest guy in the room. He's still that guy.
I heard he was going to join up with Big Cass as well.
Big Kaz is I believe still in Impact, I think, or he's somewhere similar.
He's in Impact, is he?
I think, or it's somewhere similar to that.
That was the last place I heard of him being anyway.
Yeah, so if we see Enzo and him reunite, that'd be pretty awesome again.
Yeah, they're a good tag team.
That was another breakup that had to do with WWE again. So
yeah,
like all of them, So it's good to see him back. He won his match. It was a dirty win. I believe it was was it a low blow or some kind of? It was ref interference, or the ref guy was distracted, that kind of deal. So he still got the heel going on, so it was cool to see him win.
I did wonder whether this you were saying about him looking a bit rusty and all the rest of it.
Yeah,
is whether that's part of his gimmick.
Oh, where he's a bad wrestler, but he's winning due to dirtiness, maybe. Yeah,
people expect him to be rubbish.
Yeah.
Right, and then he's coming back and then getting the win, and people are like, how the hell did that happen?
That's he's still feisty. I'll give him that.
Yeah, he's still feisty. He's still got pretty hardcore, fight style. So it's just good to see him back. It's been a while, so
yeah. I'll have to share that video with you later, Jace.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I'll share
if you got a link, by all means, I'd like to see it. I'm not going to say that I'm going to sit there and watch yet another wrestling show religiously every week, but
no.
Get wrestled out. I'll be doing like Rachel Kappa, watching it every night.
I know, right? We'll get you in. Don't worry. Rachel and I'll have you initiated soon. Every night you'll be watching wrestling all day, 24/7. No, I'm kidding.
Well, Vicky's got me watching Raw. She's got me watching Raw and SmackDown now. So
yeah,
exactly. Yeah, as
unfortunately,
long as we have somebody to talk to while we're doing it, it makes it a little more enjoyable. You know,
it's bearable.
We can make fun of it together. No, I'm kidding. Anyways, Steve,
every time you blink, there's a roll up.
I know, right? We'll turn to you for the last bit. We're going to talk about Dynamite and the happenings and Rampage and what happened this week. So go for it.
All right. So it's a setup week to this following Wednesday, which is the Winter is Coming mini pay-per-view that they have coming up. It's going to be Bryan Danielson and Hangman Page for the title.
cool.
They had their Diamond Casino or Diamond whatever battle royale they have for the ring. The last two ended up being Dante Martin, which turned on Team Taz already, and Dante Martin and MJF. MJF's looking to get his third one in a row with that. The show did start out with MJF's music hitting. They're in MJF's hometown, so the crowd's going nuts for MJF, all excited. And then CM Punk came out to MJF's theme. CM Punk getting booed worse than he did when he was with Paul Heyman. So it was crazy to see that. Had a heel promo, which was cool to hear. And then he went away later. Trying to think. They had the Royale. MJF had this huge dramatic entrance. He came in on a vehicle, a car. He was driving in, coming out. That whole thing. There was a promo with Sting and Darby. I believe that was on Friday. Sting and Darby. And then they get attacked by FTR for literally no reason again. I think this is the 5th week in a row that Darby gets thrown into the garage door.
Yep.
So that's still going on. Tully Blanchard kicks Sting in the nuts. So that happened.
Yep. Poor Sting.
Oh, my plums.
Yeah. Some dust flew out of it. FTR did have their title match with Lucha Bros, which was actually a very good match. Lucha Bros did retain. Jamie Hayter pretty much broke Riho in half. Yep. Yet Riho still won.
She's so tiny.
Jamie Hayter, was she?
Hayter.
She's the one from Hayter. Yeah, she's the one from England.
Yes.
Yeah, she was on it. She was on it a while, didn't she? On it AEW for a while, and then she disappeared.
Yes.
Ah, cool.
And then she just came back.
I was quite impressed with her.
Yeah, and then she came back. Britt Baker brought her back to be part of the team, her team.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Cody, I guess we can start last week because I do have something to say about this, about the roads.
Yeah, please do.
It's controversial, but I will bring it up. Cody Rhodes did have a match with Malachi Black last Wednesday, not this,
Andrade.
But he had, a week before, or Andrade, my bad. Yeah, I was thinking of this week, Malachi. He had a match with Andrade. Ended up being it was a street fight. Brandy came back. Apparently, this wasn't her comeback, but everyone thought it was, and I'll get to that in a second. She lights the table on fire, and Cody does like a superplex, weird, Falcon Arrow, weird bocce move to Andrade, which Cody took all of the table, by the way. I don't think Andrade had a little ember on him of flame because that was during the pin that Cody did. And the crowd kind of got into it a little bit. They're still booing Cody. But then Brandy got super upset out of nowhere, like she always does. Went on a Twitter rant. Always does. Literally, that's why nobody likes her, right? She's always freaking out about something. She didn't get the attention that she wanted. Everyone was thinking that was her comeback, apparently. A month ago, she was in the ring with Malachi and gave him the double middle finger. And that was her comeback, but then she disappeared. So people forgot about that, obviously, because she never showed up again. And so they're like, oh, she's back again, because she was disguised. She had the whole, worker outfit on with the hood, the hoodie. And she set the table on fire, all that stuff. Awesome job with setting the table on fire, by the way. And she went on a rant because people thought that was her comeback. I don't know why it made her so upset. She got so upset about it, and somehow ended up her being angry at 40-year-old Caucasian males. I don't know why it was Caucasian males specifically.
Wearing baseball caps.
I'm wearing baseball caps. I'm not going to get into the whole what I feel about that. I don't know why she's targeting one specific race or whatever. but a lot of people went off on her about it. And the 1 week I had where I was finally like, dang, Cody won me over. Brandy ruins it. So there's that. Then she's actually having matches now. They put her on Dark, and so now she's starting to wrestle again, which all right. And then that was the end of last week. This week, I'm trying to think. There was that match. The the Jurassic Express teamed up with the Varsity Blondes. I'm trying to remember who they took on. Oh gosh, this is just the other day. They took on a team. They won. Oh, it was Max Caster. It was Max Caster and I forgot their team. But anyway, it was an 8-man tag match. And at the end of the match, Tony Schiavone was interviewing
Varsity Blondes. Yeah.
Varsity Blondes.
Yep.
Yes, yeah, Varsity Blondes. And there was the everything goes dark. Malachi comes in, he has the crazy mask on, takes it off, and he uses the black mist. But it wasn't in any of the blondes. It was actually in Julia Hart's face. Shot her with the mist. And she's screaming, going crazy. And what was really cute, and I thought it was so sad, afterwards, Julia Hart posted that her little sister called her and was crying because she thought she was actually hurt and upset. Like she was upset about her, worried about her. I was like, that is so sad. I was so messed up. Hook finally debuted. Taz's son actually had a match. Hook debuted against Fuego, and he won me over so quick. He hit that Kata Hajime. He hit that Taz mission at the end, and I was so happy. Oh man,
he's nothing like his dad. He looks exactly like his mom, except he has his dad's eyes. That's it.
That's it. But he has his dad's moves. It's great.
So he can legit wrestle then?
Oh, he's good. He's a submission machine just like Taz. It's nice. Adam Cole.
He's well ripped though. He looks like a kickboxer. That's how well built he is.
I know. You wouldn't expect it when you saw him with a shirt. He's ripped.
Because beforehand you've seen him and he just looks like some kid that's hanging out with his dad.
Oh no, he's ripped. He's actually ripped. Adam Cole had a match with Wheeler Yuta. Ended up winning that.
It was a good match.
It was a good match, and then Orange Cassidy and the Best Friends were all involved, and there was some nut kicking and face kicking and BTE triggers and heel stuff. Sammy Guevara was challenged by Cody Rhodes for the TNT title this coming Wednesday, so that's going on. Like I said, MJF's going to be facing Dante Martin.
Aren't Sting and Darby in a match as well?
Sting and Darby, they haven't officially announced it, but I think they're going to face FTR. I would like to see that. I believe Sheeta and Deeb are going to have their third match.
Right.
I think it's Jade Cargill. I don't know if Jade Cargill's on Friday or not. It's either Jade Cargill and Thunder on Wednesday, or that's Friday. And the other match will be Nyla Rose and
Riho.
And no, it'd be Nyla Rose and Ruby Soho. Riho's going to be facing Britt Baker Wednesday because she beat her for the title match. Yes. Which they keep saying, they're like, Britt Baker hasn't pinned Riho. I'm like, she hasn't pinned anybody. She uses her submission. She don't pin anybody.
Yeah.
So, but she hasn't beat her yet. That's the card so far. I don't know if there's anything else. I can look it up real quick though while you're talking.
Yeah.
A couple of questions regarding a couple of individuals. One, is Christopher Daniels back yet?
Fallen Angel is in Impact. He has a singles career in Impact right now.
Is it in Impact?
Yes.
Yep.
Right, okay. So I'm going to have to start watching that again.
Yep.
When is best to get back into Impact again properly? When's a decent time?
I don't watch it, so I have no idea.
Okay, fair enough. Because I've been, when I've been trying to catch up with AEW mainly, I haven't watched Impact. As much as I love the fact that James Storm and Eric Young are both in there, I've not been watching it. Okay, I'll have to just see. And the other one is Frankie Kazarian still going around as the Elite Killer?
They haven't been calling him the Elite Hunter, but he still is dressing the same.
Yeah.
He actually hasn't really been on screen much. His first appearance on screen was this week on the Casino Battle Royale or whatever, or the Diamond Battle Royale, and he got eliminated quick. So we really haven't seen him much.
Okay.
I think he was like the first or second one out of the match. So
yeah. So I just want to see where they're going with that whole thing.
I think they're slowly trying to work him back in.
Yeah.
Well, since Kenny's out right now, I guess they're kind of holding that off for a bit. But
yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
No, I just wondered if they'd done the story that Frankie was. I know obviously why Kenny is out because we know that he got injured.
The vertigo, the injury, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if they'd worked it so that Frankie was the one that caused it.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Which would have worked in my opinion.
Yeah, it may have. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I'll catch up soon enough. I'm only a few months behind now. So.
Yeah, and I'll send you that video about Enzo later.
Yeah, please. Just be nice to see.
Yeah, it's at like 29 minutes, I think, is the timestamp. But anyways,
okay, cool.
But thank you, Steve, very much for that. And Jason, thank you for the video that you put up and everything. I think that's awesome. So I hope he has great things in his future as well. And in 2 weeks again, hopefully, health permitting.
Yeah, just trying to think when that is.
Oh, wait. You know what? I think this is going to be our last one. And what we'll do is we'll wait until after day one.
Yeah, because I was going to say next week is Christmas Day, so.
Yeah. So
and then day one is that Saturday. It's the Saturday following that as well.
I figured it out.
Yeah. Yes.
It was the Acclaimed and 2.0 was the team. I forgot the other team. It's 2.0 was teamed up against Jurassic Express and Varsity. That's it was. Sorry. It was bothering me.
That's okay. But yeah, so what we'll do is we'll wait until the Saturday of day one, or what do you want to wait till the following Saturday after day one?
I think probably the Saturday after day one. The only reason I'm saying that is because I'm with my folks until after that. We don't usually do much New Year's Eve, but it'd be nice to be around for them in case they want to.
Yeah,
we could do a year in review thing too. Show.
That would be interesting. If you can get the various information, mate, because as I said, where I'm so far behind.
Yeah,
I'll find the whole freaking list of people released in the whole year. It's gonna be about 20-minute talk on that
one. Noticeable moments.
Yeah,
we can make a little slide video of it as well.
Yeah.
You can make slides on here now, so we can figure that out.
I was just thinking, right? Do you know what would have been funny when they had the nut shots you were saying about?
Yeah.
If you remember about Nia Jax.
Oh Lord.
Oh no.
Right, so instead of "oh my hole," it was "oh my nads."
These nuts. Anyway,
I never thought of using that one.
Yeah, I know, right? But anyways, we'll put together like a montage of a couple of things that we'll put together. We'll get some good pictures. We'll have some chat.
If I think of anything, I'll let you know.
Yeah, but we'll be back the week after New Year's. That Saturday night we'll get together.
That'll be the 8th of January.
Absolutely. And it'll be 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as usual, and 10 p.m. UK time. Thank you for everybody who came in. Sandra, Ryan, Mr. Fulton, and Dewey. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. Thank you again, Steve, for everything that you did tonight. It really was brilliant. Thank you, Jace, for everything that you had to say tonight. I really respect your opinions and everything. And we will see you guys on January 8th. Love ya. God bless. Bye.
Bye. Merry Christmas.
Yep. Have a good one.